Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm gonna watch an interesting video of SB19, but about SB19, and it's gonna come as the truth from AAA producers about the ACON 2025 that happened. So
For
I want to
years,
hear what they have to
PPop
say
was
about
treated
them
as a
and
side
about
conversation,
in
respected
general,
locally,
'cause
ignored globally.
apparently they have
Then,
said some good
one
things
sentence
about
changed
SB19.
everything. And Temsier executive producer, someone who greenlights careers and shuts doors, with a phone call, publicly singled out SB19's ACON 2025 performance.
Okay.
Not with hype, not with fan language, with industry
Okay.
language, the kind that reshapes touring budgets, festival hierarchies, and future invitations.
Okay.
This wasn't
I
praise
mean,
for a good
the
show.
performance
It was
was insane.
recognition of a shift. What happened on that stage didn't just impress, it recalibrated expectations. And once the industry adjusts its lens, there's no going back.
I mean, the
Share this with anyone
bar
who
that
still
they
thinks moments
set
like this don't change
is
industries.
real high, so
Some shifts
I
only
have
make
no
sense when you see the full
doubt
picture. Fan praise
that
is
they were
loud,
impressed as well.
emotional, and powerful, but it lives in comments, trends, and timelines. Industry validation is different. It lives in
don't know
contracts,
what they actually
budgets, and
said.
decisions that shape careers. When an AAA executive producer speaks, they're not reacting as a fan.
I mean, it's a producer. It's not just someone who
They're evaluating risk,
Rolls
return,
by, you know?
and long-term value. These are the people who decide who headlines, who tours globally, and who gets quietly passed over. An AAA executive producer isn't just a title. It's a gatekeeping role at the highest level of global entertainment. They
Okay.
oversee major award shows, global broadcasts, and international productions involving millions of dollars. Their job is to spot what works before the market fully
If you haven't
catches up.
seen the
That's
performance
why
of
their
theirs,
words
also
carry.
reacted on the channel,
Long after
so
the headlines fade,
go check it
what
out.
makes
Like,
this moment rare
they
is that
smashed
executives
it.
like this
Like,
almost never speak
so
publicly
good.
about specific artists. Silence is the norm. Praise usually happens behind closed doors.
Hmm.
Public acknowledgement means something crossed a threshold. Too obvious to ignore.
That means
This wasn't
something
casual
good.
commentary. It was a signal, a message to promoters, networks, and industry insiders. Pay attention when someone. This senior breaks silence. It's because ignoring the performance would be professionally irresponsible. That's
I mean,
how
yeah.
careers quietly change direction, without announcements.
I have seen
but
so many people
with
speak about this
consequences.
that they
ACON isn't just another
are
concert. It's a high-stakes
just
global
showing
showcase.
how
Every act on
performing
that
live
stage
is done.
competing for more than applause. They're competing for credibility, future bookings, and international relevance. The scale alone
Yeah.
matters. Massive production, international media coverage, and an audience trained to judge fast and forget faster. SB19's placement on the lineup mattered because it tested perception.
Let's get it! Hey! 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 Let's get it! Okay, let's go.
Like, they went hard. Also, knowing the
Hidden as an opening
circumstances,
curiosity or framed as a
like
regional
travels
novelty.
and like
They were
changes in a
positioned where
song, like in
expectations
Crimson,
were high,
like
and that's where
it's
artists
mad.
either survive or disappear. The crowd reaction
Okay.
told one story: immediate engagement, loud responses, and visible connection. But the media reaction told the more important one: focused coverage, replayed clips, and commentary centered on execution rather than origin. That shift is critical. Visually, the
Yeah,
performance
it's what
was
people
clean and
say.
confident. Choreography hit
And
with precision.
how they receive
Live
it.
vocals held under pressure. Transitions were smooth, not rushed. Nothing felt overcompensated. Most importantly, SB19 didn't perform like guests. They performed like they belonged there. That's what forced
Yeah, I
attention.
guess,
Not
like,
hype, not fandom, but
you can't just do it
undeniable
one-sided,
professionalism
like, if
on a
there is
stage
not
designed
other
to expose
people,
weakness. What
opposite
impressed
side
me
is never gonna
how the
work, no matter
executive
how good you
producer
are.
wasn't just
If
what
you
happened on
resonate with
stage,
people and
it
like
was how
stick
it
with
happened.
people, then it's gonna
Precision
work
is
out.
the first tell. Every
And with
move
them,
landed
it's like a wave
exactly on
of
the note.
18 just
no rushing,
going.
no hesitation. That level of timing only comes from deep rehearsal discipline and absolute trust between performers. To industry veterans, precision equals reliability.
So the whole thing
There's
that is being
audience
said here is what AAA producers said? Because there's not been specified thing what they have said so far. I mean, they said basically then what we are all thinking, right? Like, it's mad to see what they're doing, what they have achieved over these 7 years.
ACON's crowd
As, like,
wasn't
boys
uniformed different
from
languages, cultures, and expectations in one space.
not the
SB19
privilege
didn't
coming,
rely
let's
on call
say.
and response tricks
They have
or
built
band
up
chains.
from
They
nothing
controlled
to
attention through pacing,
this.
body language, and confidence. That's rare, especially for acts outside the dominant markets. Live vocals under pressure, sealed it, loud stages, expose weaknesses. Instantly, backing tracks can't hide unstable breathing
Yeah,
or
they
pitch
had no
issues
backtracks.
at that level. SB19 delivered clean vocals. While executing demanding choreography, proving they weren't surviving the performance, they were owning it.
Yeah.
Transitions mattered too. The way songs flowed, the pauses between moments, the rise and release of energy. This is show architecture. Executives notice when a set feels intentional instead of stitched together.
Yeah, it
Virality
flows
is
smoothly.
temporary. Anyone can trend for 30
It's
seconds.
like one
But
act.
precision, control, and structure are repeatable. That's why producers care more about these details than views or hashtags. They're signs an artist can deliver every time, anywhere. The global music industry categorizes artists quietly but decisively. There are developing acts, emerging acts, and then there are assets. Assets are artists who can be trusted with big stages, big budgets, and global audiences. The jump between promising and bankable is invisible, but once crossed, everything changes. Most acts never cross it.
Okay.
Talent isn't enough. Consistency, professionalism, and scalability matter more. At ACON 2025,
Yeah, and they have it
SB19
all.
crossed that line. Not because they were popular, but because they proved they could perform under the same standards as established global acts. For promoters and festival
I mean, they
organizers,
are a global
this
act, in
changes
my
the
opinion.
conversation completely. SB19 is no longer a risk experiment or a diversity add-on. They become a booking that strengthens a lineup. That means better time slots, repeat invitations, and long-term planning.
Yeah, people
This is
will
also
want to
where
see
the
them no matter
regional
what.
act label starts to disappear. That label limits touring routes, budgets, and media framing. Once removed, opportunities expand fast. ACON wasn't just a successful performance, it was a reclassification. SB19 moved from being watched to being counted on, and that shift is irreversible.
Yeah.
The biggest opportunities don't arrive with press releases. After a performance like ACON 2025, things happen quietly. Festival re-invitations start
Okay.
first, not as returning guests, but with better billing, longer sets, and primetime slots.
Imagine
Promoters
if they would
remember
get
who delivered
more,
under pressure,
like,
and they book
time on
accordingly.
stage than 4
Brand
songs. That's
partnerships
crazy
shift too.
then.
Companies don't chase virality alone, they chase reliability and
Like, that is a
global appeal.
full-on concert of
ACON
theirs.
proved SB19 can represent brands on international stages without cultural barriers or
They
performance risk.
can.
That creates leverage in negotiations, from endorsement fees to creative control.
Like, I understand that
Touring
they're coming from
conversations also
Philippines,
change.
but also I've
Venues and
seen them
promoters want
as
acts that can sell tickets and maintain show
people
quality night
in
after
general
night.
that can be anywhere.
SB19's performance sent a clear signal.
And
This is
loved
an
by
act that
everyone
scales
everywhere,
globally.
you know?
That means wider tour
I don't
routes,
see them
better
being
production
just in a,
budgets,
put in a
and stronger
box.
guarantees.
I see them
International
global.
collaborators take notice quietly. Producers, choreographers, and artists don't announce interest. They observe. One standout performance can move SB19 from interesting to worth reaching out to. This is industry momentum. It builds slowly but powerfully. Unlike public hype
Yeah.
that spikes and fades. You won't always see it trending, but you'll feel it months later when opportunities stack and doors keep opening. What happened at ACON 2025 wasn't isolated. It sent a signal far beyond one group. For the global industry, it forced a reassessment of P-pop as a serious market. Not a niche, not an experiment, but a source of world-class acts. This moment mirrors early K-pop breakthrough stages when one performance forced executives to rethink assumptions. Back then, success wasn't immediate. It started with quiet curiosity, then strategic investment. SB19's ACON performance fits that pattern almost exactly. The industry is now looking at Southeast Asia differently. Large audiences, strong fan ecosystems, and now proven global level
I mean, the
execution.
level that they are
combination is
on is
impossible to ignore.
crazy, so...
SB19 didn't
Like,
benefit
one thing
from
is to
lowered
be good
standards.
in
They met the
studio
highest
and,
ones.
like,
Most importantly,
music
this proved
video,
that
but, like,
excellence now
actually
leads,
live,
not origin.
that
Where
you
an act
can
comes from matters less
deliver
than how they perform when
everything,
given the platform.
vocals,
That shift
dance,
is huge.
charisma, all of
SB19
it.
becomes the reference point. Future P-pop acts won't be compared to expectations. They'll be compared to this. That's how
Yeah, they will
movements start.
perform like
Not
they
with
be
declarations, but with
put together
undeniable
with
proof.
SB19. They
Performing
expect
at
the
ACON
quality of them.
2025 wasn't a guaranteed win. It was a calculated risk. Global stages come with global scrutiny. Every move is judged not just by fans,
I mean,
but by
yeah.
executives, producers, and promoters trained to spot flaws instantly. One mistake can confirm doubts. One weak moment can erase years of momentum. At ACON, there was no room to hide. Sound systems are unforgiving. Cameras are relentless. Comparisons are immediate. This is
Yeah,
why
they
many
see
acts choose to
everything
play it
and
safe.
everyone, and because
Simpler
they're
choreography, heavier
they
backing
only
tracks,
act
fewer risks. SB19
outside
did, and That decision mattered.
from everyone
Instead of
else.
overloading the stage with distractions, they trusted
Eyes are
their
on them, like
performance.
who are
Clean
they, like
staging,
why are
sharp
they here?
choreography,
And
live
then they do
vocals
this
front
and they're
and
like,
center. That kind of creative
okay.
confidence is risky because it exposes everything, but it also communicates belief in one's own craft. Overproduction can impress temporarily, but it often reads as insecurity to industry eyes. SB19 avoided that trap. They chose authenticity over spectacle and clarity over chaos. The reward was credibility, not applause, credibility. They proved they could deliver without shortcuts. On a stage
Yeah.
where many aim to survive, SB19 aimed to stand. That's why the risk paid off.
I mean,
and
they were
why it's being
flying.
remembered. This isn't a spike, it's a recalibration. The next 2 to 3 years will define SB19's legacy phase. Not because they're ending, but because they're entering a higher tier. Expect
2,
more
3 years, oh my
appearances,
god.
not more noise. Bigger stages.
I
fewer
think they
missteps.
may be
Growth
thinking
becomes
of
intentional, not reactive.
slowing
What
down
happened
at some
ACON
point.
2025 didn't announce itself with fireworks. It didn't need to.
I mean, 2,
The
3 years,
industry
that's gonna be
noticed
10 years
because
of
it
them
knows the
together.
difference between noise and proof.
Because I'm sure they also want to do their own
win.
thing. I
Attention
mean, they
through
love
spectacle. They earned it
SB19
through
itself, like
execution.
it's their baby.
Moments like this don't repeat
But
often. When they do, they quietly
they also
reset
probably want to start
expectations.
families and
Years
stuff
from
like
now,
that,
people will
so
look back and ask when the narrative changed. The answer won't be complicated. It will be this stage, this performance, this reaction. If you value breakdowns that go deeper than trends and timelines, subscribe. If this helped you see the industry shift more clearly, leave a like. And if someone you know still underestimates what just happened, share this with them. Because this
mean-
wasn't a breakthrough, it was confirmation.
it's confirmation. You guys, I mean, we all kind of knew and we all kind of understand what happened there, and we know what they're capable of for a really long time, so this is not a surprise that they are acknowledged and that they are put up on a higher pedestal. But also I want to say, I feel like it's been strange for like last couple years that singers and artists have been praised that they can sing, that they can do that, and they're like, the people who sing and they're like actually consider like, but isn't that my job? Like, am I supposed to be able to sing and deliver vocals and be a performer? And like the most recent one I can like think of right now is also like a underdog in my opinion in like industry, like Zara Larsson, who is from Sweden, and she's popping off again with like the old song of hers of Lush Life, and people are now again seeing that she can deliver vocals, she can dance, there's charisma, like there's work she has put into for years. And I feel like kind of goes for SB19 because they have everything. It's just they are not from USA, and that's the only difference. And I hate the standard of the world that it's like, well, if you're not from the main places in the world, you have to work really, really hard to be established to any extent, like, so you'll like count to be on that part. So yes, in my opinion, it's kind of self-explanatory, but let me know in comments down below what you think. Also, obviously, this is a huge thing for SB19 to be seen and just loved by people outside of their country, and that they're being seen by their work, and that they can surpass global acts, and that they are on the same level as global acts. And yeah, I mean, I just love to see that. So let me know in comments down below what do you think about this video. Do you agree? And if you haven't seen ACON 2025 performance, go and check it out because it was a doozy one. So yes, anyways, I'll stop you up around. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time real soon. So yeah, bye.